The next activity that we're going to add is the chat function. The chat function is actually a really useful tool. I've seen teachers use the chat function to set up online office hours. There's a math teacher who used it to help students every night at 7 p.m. She would be in the chat and the kids could pop in and ask any questions that they may have had on their homework. I've also seen teachers who were unable to make it to school that day because they had a child home who was sick. So what they ended up doing was all of the kids came into the lab with the sub and open up the chat, and the teacher was able to give direction and teach the class via the chat function. So there are some uses for the chat function. So here's how we go about adding it. First thing you're going to want to do is navigate to a course where you have editing rights. And then once you turn editing on, you're going to click on add an activity or resource. That's going to load a new window. And you'll see right, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 down, it'll say chat. If you go ahead and click on chat, it gives you a little description of what the chat module is, some of the different possible uses for it or something like that. One of the ones that I like to do was that you could actually have set up students could work together with each other to help tutor each other and solve problems. The nice part also is that it actually logs all of the data, everything that was said in the discussion, so you don't have to worry about kids bullying each other or things like that, because everything is on record, and because the students logged in as themselves, you know exactly who said what. So we're going to click on chat, and then we're going to click add, and this will help us set up the overarching structure of our chat function. I'm going to type in chat test, and then type the exact same thing down below here. And now, one of the nice things is that you can set up repeating chats. So let's say, for example, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. or something like that, you're going to open up the chat function to help your students. If you click on chat sessions right here, it'll load a new window, and it says the next chat time, and gives you the time and date, and you can have repeat, so you can have it at the same time every day, every week, or every day. You can save past sessions right here. You can even set it up so that everyone can view the past sessions, so that, for example, if you're in there helping somebody else and you want to start creating a knowledge base of different question and answer type of sessions, then this would be something of beneficial to all of the students, not just individual students. So now, once I've set up the chat the way I want it to be structured, I hit save and return to course, and now you'll notice that in your course there is a chat, and if you click on the chat, it'll open up, and you'll notice right here, click here to enter at now. Now if I've set up the chat to only be available at certain times, people will not be able to enter that chat right there. So this is what the chat looks like. Let me pull this down so you can see a little bit. So you notice over here on the side would be the list of all the attendees. Right here is where you would type in your questions, and this would be the scrolling board. As people came in, they asked questions, this would just scroll up, and all of the chat would be logged right here. So that is a chat function, the chat module within Vision, and how you can go about using it in your particular course.